close are we?
Hang on just a second. All right. Anytime you're ready.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Jubilee Circle on this day. I know this is a different face than what y'all usually see open up Jubilee Circle, but our dear Julie is out camping today, so we're going to send good vibes to her and her family, and we're going to open up here. Just a few announcements. Just to let you know, if you don't know about Jubilee Circle is a progressive spiritual center that provides a safe place to explore endless possibilities, both spiritual and creative, while offering instructions both in person and online, as well as music and entertainment events. So please check out our website.
That was easy for you to say.
For those of you who don't know, we have a resident comedian, Bob, who's working our sound right now. All right, so just a few announcements. On May 5th, Jubilee will be going on a road trip to the Bliss Center out at Mount Pleasant. Their service starts at 10, so we will be leaving here at 8 a.m. So anyone who is interested in carpooling with us when we go down there, please contact Julie Buckley. And just let me say from personal experience, it is wonderful there at the Bliss Center. I did a yoga class and some other stuff, and I walked the labyrinth, and it's just a real nice, peaceful place to relax. So if you get a chance to come with us, I would highly suggest it. On May 14th, we have one of our after-dinner cabarets at 7:30. Again, if you're looking for a fun night of arts after dinner, please come out to this cabaret. They sing wonderful show tunes and movie tunes and popular songs like that, and there are awesome singers. So enjoy dinner, then come out with us. The tickets are $20 through Eventbrite or at the door. Also, if anyone knows of a drummer who has time on their hands and would like to give service to a spiritual community, Jubilee Circle is looking for a drummer for their band. So the word is out. If you are interested or know if anyone, let us know. Thank you. And today, we will not be having our regular service, but today we will be not more than entertained, we will be spiritually uplifted by jam, spiritual jam, Jazz Awakening Mind here at Jubilee Circle, who will sing jazz, swing, ballads, spirituals, and inspiring words. So I will introduce them now. Jam.
One, and you ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Shine your light, shine your light, let your love be bold and bright. A flame that lights the darkest night. Shine your light, shine your light, shine your light, let
Jazz Awakening Mind, a group of talented musicians who enjoy lending their talents to the spiritual side of life, seeking to highlight oneness, connection, and peace in community. We hope that you all have some thoughtful and inspiring moments with us this morning. So today I'll let you know that Jam consists of David Ezell, Ann Ezell, Michael Reisman, Anita Hauser, and Rodney Bean. I'll give you more on them in just a minute.
Oh, and the other member that's so important is Elizabeth King.
Elizabeth King. That'd be me. Don't play a thing. So the theme for today is water, and more specifically, the power of water. Water is the key element of our oneness and shows up in most spiritual traditions. We cleanse ourselves before prayer. We christen our babies. We baptize adults. We sprinkle holy water for blessings. And we gather water even locally here at the Blackville Healing Springs. We hike mountains just to stand in the spray of a wonderful waterfall, and we drive miles and miles to sit by the sea. Water calms us, enlivens us, supports us, delights us, and sustains us. What a blessing. Our first selection is Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. That instantly takes me back to the 70s. I don't know about you all. But it was written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David. It was sung by B.J. Thomas. And probably why I think of it in the 70s is in 1969 it was featured in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
10 years before I was born.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you were born so late. You missed it. You missed all the good stuff. No, I'm joking. We're going to feature Michael today, Michael Reisman, who has a degree in music composition. He's a member of the Columbia Community Orchestra and luthier at the Palmetto Strings, repairing string instruments. He will play the recorder, and today, I think in total, 4 instruments, but there have been, in fact, gigs where he played up to 16, so I am just amazed by his talent. Looking at the song spiritually, it seems a little light at first. How could you use that on a Sunday morning service? But there is a lesson in here on where power really lies. Once the singer finds his power, he then is free. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling, so I just did me some talking to the sun and said, hey, I didn't like the way he got things done. Now I'm sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling, but there's one thing just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Oh, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun. Said, hey, I didn't like the way he got things done. All sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they sent to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Oh, those raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. No, crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
Our next selection is April Showers, written by Louis Silvers and B.B. De Silva, and performed by Al Jolson in 1921. It's a jazz swing composition and has been recorded more than 40 times. The performance today features David Ezell on clarinet. He is our arranger and is a retired school orchestra director, founder of the Columbia Community Orchestra and Heartwind Music, and recently received a doctorate of sacred music. The music in this song quickens and builds. There's harmony, there's rhythm, a lot like life. The lyrics hold a lesson on state of mind, written after a depression of the 1910s, before the Great Depression, and at a time of World War I. There was a lot on the minds of people of that time. The lyricist reminds us that we have the power in interpretation. If you'll listen to the line about the rain actually being raining violets, I love that. Looking at the result of the rain instead of the dreary day. And it has a happy attitude that's key to being open to see our good, always looking for the bluebird along the way. This is April Showers. is a song that makes me go, oh, and maybe it will for you too. It's Come Rain or Come Shine by Johnny Mercer and Harold Arlen. This is a jazz ballad written for Broadway in 1946. It's such a great song that it's been recorded by Billie Holiday, Judy Garland, Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Ray Charles, and on and on and on. Sung today by Anita Hauser, our lead vocalist. She holds a degree in piano performance and has a passion for jazz. She's certified in Thronga and vocal training and teaches music privately, both vocal and piano. She's played with the Columbia Community Orchestra, Palmetto Chamber, and Lake Murray Symphony. Listen for the lyrics on this and open your mind. Think about this song as a love song sung just to you about a love beyond the usual. What if you imagined that the universe was singing this song to you, or according to your beliefs, God, Creator, Source, the divine oneness, or even your own higher self? Come rain or come shine.
I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you. Come rain or come shine. High as a mountain and deep as a river. Come rain or come shine. And I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true. If you let me, you're gonna love me like no rain or come shine. Happy together, I'm happy together, and won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in or we're out of the money. But I'm with you always. I'm with you, rain or all days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in or we're out of the money. But I'm with you always. I'm with you, rain or shine. Rain or shine.
Thank you. So what if you and I today align with the divine. We align so that we can shine even during the rain. They all are. I didn't get to introduce myself. I'm Elizabeth Kane, and I am their #1 groupie and fan. Wherever they go, I go. Now we have Overture to the Water Music. This one I had to research. I consider it to be, in our concert, sort of the palate cleanser. We are moving on from one style of music to another, becoming more deeply spiritual as we go. This is by Handel, early 1700s. Reminds me of high church, if you know what that is. Very traditional high church classical music. It premiered in 1717, and it's an interesting story. King George I was taking a barge sailing down the River Thames and wanted a concert. And so he hired Handel to create this concert. The catch was it was only 50 musicians and they had to fit on a boat. So they went down the River Thames, and one was the royal barge and one was Handel's Overture to the Water Music. There's much more that he wrote, but this is the beginning of it. It was considered pop music at the time because there were so many dances that went along with this music. So I was corrected. It was not high church. It was actually pop music for 1717. It is full of life, vitality, good spirits, and that state of mind that we've been talking about this morning. Overture to the Water Music.
39. 39.
Now we have the song Down by the Riverside. It's an African American spiritual song believed to be well before the Civil War. We don't have who wrote it because it has many versions. It was accepted by the people that wanted to sing it, and they created their own verses that matched what was going on for them. It was first published in 1918 and first recorded by Fisk University Jubilee Quartet in 1920. It was such a grand success that there were over 14 black gospel recordings of it by World War II. And it was used as an anti-war protest song in the 1960s. It focuses on leaving anger and pessimism behind, taking on a new spiritual clothing, ready to cross to the other side, whether that be the other side of adversity, struggle, or life. The singer talks to the Prince of Peace before traveling the arduous road, but crosses over the river to the other side and shakes hands with the world. Our percussionist, Rodney Bean, will be featured and will have a solo with this song. Rodney has a degree in music therapy and has worked with differently abled folks. In college, he participated in the Music Mind program at the Creative Music Studio in Woodstock, New York. He is interested in the music of the African diaspora, and he plays jazz, rock, reggae, funk, avant-garde, and experimental music. Don't you just want to hear all that from Rodney? I do. That's a fun night right there. So here we go into Down by the Riverside.
I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield
I think about how highly spiritually evolved are these people that could sing that song during slavery. I just think that speaks to the spirit of resilience, of good, and seeing good. And I just love that. The next selection is Wade in the Water. Again, another African American spiritual used often during baptisms. It's considered a Jubilee song. Do y'all know what Jubilee songs are? We have to know that because we're sitting in Jubilee Circle, right? So I believe, David, correct me if I'm wrong, Jubilee circles are the songs of those enslaved during the African American slavery. And these are the songs that nurtured them spiritually and gave them resilience during that time. Is that right, Jubilee? As far as I know. Okay. That was an interesting thing for me to see. It was first published in 1901. This is a time when they were trying to capture all of those songs before they disappeared. It was published in 1901, recorded in 1925, again by the Fisk University Singers in Tennessee. W.E.B. Du Bois called it and those like it sorrow songs. Used by Harriet Tubman while leading escapes, it calls for the person seeking freedom to get in the water so the dogs would not smell them as they were running. Think about that. Usually the midpoint of the river was freedom in most states. Between Kentucky and Ohio, Kentucky moved the state line all the way to the Ohio River edge on the Ohio side, so there was more time to capture people as they were running. Very sobering stuff. We talk about institutionalized racism, and it certainly was true then and now. I'm from Kentucky, and that makes me very sad. Kentucky did sell the slaves off because they could get more money for the people than for their crops, and that's where the term sold down the river comes from, because they were put on barges and taken down the Mississippi River to Louisiana and such. So we all have our history. The troubling of the water in this song is welcome in this instance. The troubling creates confusion, chaos, disturbs the status quo. That allows change. We may be in the middle of a troubling of the water in our culture right now. Hold on to the fact that the troubling means good change is coming. This song is deep and resonating and will feature Ann Ezel on bass. Ann is a multi-instrumentalist trained in the Suzuki method of violin, which she taught at Columbus College and USC. She also is a retired school orchestra director and plays with the Columbia Community Orchestra. When I hear this song, I feel a low, deep, smooth, unending bass. That centering, vibrating, liberating, sustaining energy that runs in and through and between all things. That hum of creation. The hum that is the core of oneness. We now have Wade in the Water. have a poem given to me by Rodney Bean today that is just perfect, I think. It's by Langston Hughes. It's called The Negro Speaks of Rivers. I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans, and I've seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. I have known rivers, ancient dusky rivers. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I'm going to ask Ann to pick that bass back up of Wade in the Water as we just have a few minutes to kind of think about all these thoughts that we've been presented with today and this music. And it's called The Stillness. So we're just going to have, you can call it meditation, you can call it just making silence, whatever you want to do, but just for a moment or two with this deep, abiding, resonant bass, let us have a few moments of stillness. Every muscle relax? Can you join with that bass? When I hear that bass, I hear the hum of creation. If everybody was quiet, I think there'd be a under all the atoms. The cicadas, that's it. Bob, we love you. He's saying the cicadas. And just in a minute, that's exactly what it's going to be, the cicadas. But we've enjoyed being with you. I hope that you got a new thought. I'm a new thought ministry person, and I hope you got a new thought today. And I hope that you join us Juneteenth. There'll be a program that we'll be presenting at Unity of the Midlands, Sunday, June 23rd at 11 a.m. And we just really thank you for letting us come and do this. They practice for 2 months to come. It's such a commitment on their part. And I want to thank everyone that joined us on YouTube. Tina, Carolyn, Patty, Justin, David, all these people I know that are watching us that way. And hopefully, like I said, you got a new thought. There is the possibility of donating to Jubilee. There's a basket right there. Also, you can do it through JC's living room. And let's have a round for this band, shall we? It is my utter pleasure to spend time with them. We close now with the Jubilee song.
I'm going to say something to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, it just came to me that I'd like to tell a story about water before we close. In 1947, this is sad. It starts off as a sad story, but there's a triumphant ending to it. In 1947, a young boy of 12 years old I'm sorry. A young boy of 12 years old was visiting his grandmother who lived on the shores of Lake Marion in Clarendon County, South Carolina. The church that they attended was directly across the street, so sometimes the children would stray away from the church during those long Sunday mornings and go boating on the lake. One particular Sunday morning, this 12-year-old boy who was visiting his grandmother from up north took a boat ride on the lake, and he didn't survive. He drowned while he was trying to enjoy himself as a boater. This was the same lake that children were using to ride to school At that particular time, the school board in that local area was providing bus transportation for white children, but not for black children. And so the most convenient way for them to get to school was to ride a boat, and the parents said, you know, this is dangerous for our children to be riding boats on that lake, so we want to get a bus. So the parents pooled their money and bought an old used school bus and requested that the school board provide drivers and maintenance, and the school board refused to do so. The parents decided to file suit, and one suit led to another, and eventually Thurgood Marshall came from New York to help them with the suit that they were filing. And Thurgood Marshall, in consulting with a courageous federal judge in Charleston named Wadey's Waring, determined that they were not going to ask for school bus transportation. They were going to ask for the total unconstitutionality of school segregation in the United States. This case from one of those 4 cases it was combined with was called Brown versus Board of Education. But people don't know that Brown versus Board of Education started on the shores of Lake Marion in deep south, very rural South Carolina. The Society Hill AME Church, the ministers of that church are now my close friends. One of them was my base student when she was in Charleston many years ago. The Society Hill Church is where the Brown versus Board of Education actually got its start, on the shores of Lake Marion. On June the 15th this year, it's going to be our privilege to be invited to come and perform at the Society Hill Church for their Sunday morning service at 10 o'clock on Sunday, June 15th, the 3rd Sunday in the month of June. The band is preparing Juneteenth songs, as Elizabeth said. And we're actually going to play these Juneteenth songs 3 times in 3 different churches on 3 consecutive Sundays. The first one will be at the Society Hill Church in Clarendon County. The second one, that's on June the 15th. The second one will be on June the 23rd at Unity of the Midlands, which is on LeGrand Road off of Two Notch Road up north of up here. The third one will be at Jubilee Circle right here on June the 30th. So we'll be in Manning on June the 15th, Unity on June the 23rd, Jubilee on June the 30th. We invite you to attend any of those that you can, and particularly you may be interested in the Jubilee one, and we will look forward to seeing you in June. And thank you for listening to my story. And I'm sorry I couldn't make it through without crying, but it means that so much to me that I can't do that. So have a wonderful Sunday afternoon, and thank you so much for allowing us to come and be with you.
That's the first time I've heard that, sir. I knew the history of that, but I kept thinking, that's a perfect example of troubling the water. What comes out the other side brings us all closer to who we've come here to be. I love that. Thank you, David.
This song, We All Walk Together, that Michael and Candace wrote for Jubilee, is a perfect thing right now, because since Brown versus Board of Education was passed by the U.S. Supreme Court, children have had a chance to walk together in school and out of school, and as adults, to know each other as fellow human beings in a way that wasn't possible before. So we're so glad that we can all walk together.
Ready? 3, 4, 1, 2.